the infamous Star Wars opening crawl, no doubt recognizable between fans and casual viewers alike. The saga first began in 1977, created by George Lucas, instantly becoming a worldwide phenomenon. With endless parodies in video games, it's no surprise considering Star Wars' popularity that even fans exist of the beloved franchise in our very own Newton South.
I really enjoyed the movies, or at least episodes 4 through 6. And I certainly would say that as a physics teacher, I get, I occasionally get questions about science fiction, Star Wars included. Actually, one of my students just the other day, we were talking about whether or not lightsabers were possible.
And the fandom doesn't stop there. Here we have our Jedi Knights and their favorite movie moments in the Star Wars saga.
Favorite moment? The destruction of the Death Star.
Stand by. Stand by.
The Luke, I am your father moment. Hugely important.
No, I am your father.
The best moment was when Luke, he didn't really care that his father, when Vader takes the mask off, and Luke doesn't really care about like who he was. He just wants to know his dad.
No. Go, my son. Leave me.
No, you're coming with me.
So my favorite moment in the whole Star Wars saga was probably when Ben Kenobi gave Luke Skywalker his lightsaber for the first time, and I think that was like, I don't know, it was like a very striking moment because it was so pivotal in the whole saga. And yeah, I don't know, I think it was pretty cool. And he goes up.
The weapon of a Jedi Knight, not as clumsy or random as a blaster. An elegant weapon for a more civilized age.
Star Wars has a huge selection of memorable characters, but which stand out from the rest? Our Jedi in training are more than eager to share.
How about Lando Calrissian? Pretty cool. He's got the whole Cloud Empire going. He does double cross everybody, but he was put into a tough spot.
Hello, what have we here? Welcome, I'm Lando Calrissian. I'm the administrator of this facility. And who might you be? Welcome, Leia.
Han Solo provides a foil of realism because he's rough around the edges and he's not, the Jedi who are effectively monks. And he's not a bad guy. He's one of the good guys, but he's got his issues. And I think that makes him a very relatable character. He's certainly, he's essentially a smuggler. So he's doing some stuff that's not totally legal, but he's also on the side of the resistance. And I think that he is, in many ways, the most relatable character as a result of that. So I would probably say he would be, if I had to pick one as my favorite, I'd probably pick Han Solo.
Even I get bored at sometimes. Do you think I had a choice? Over my dead body. Yes, I bet you have.
Chewbacca, I mean, he has a crossbow. He's like the coolest character.
Chewie, we're home.
My favorite character is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I don't know, he's like this sage character, and he's like old and wise, and he's really smart, and he kind of uses his mind to solve issues and problems. And
Let me see your identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
He can go about his business.
You can go about your business.
Move along.
Move along.
What is it about the Star Wars universe that makes it so much more than just a movie? What is it that makes it feel alive and a living, breathing universe in its own right?
I think it was really my first introduction to sci-fi and helped sci-fi culture become mainstream and make it cool to be into rocket ships and aliens and space travel and sort of fantasy in general. It made that sort of nerd culture, pop culture, I think, for the first time.
It's like really well thought out. Like I've always been kind of like a sci-fi dweeb. So yeah, I don't know. It's like all the languages and all the races and all the like weird like nitpicky details have been thought out, and it's pretty cool because like if you really want to just read about it or like kind of explore it, it's all there, which is really, I don't know, like lots of thought went into that, and I think it's pretty cool.
Like any science fiction universe, it is like any. Let me rephrase. Like any well-executed science fiction universe, it's very multifaceted. There are huge, believable worlds and civilizations that, because of the way the story is crafted and because of the way the visuals are executed, really do feel immersive. Like you can immerse yourself in the universe entirely. So I think it's the fact that they create, the same is almost, you could extend this to both in the science fiction realm, you could extend this to the Star Wars, the Star Trek universe, you could also extend in fantasy the Tolkien universe of the Lord of the Rings. They're so expansive, and yet they do a good job connecting the dots from world to world or region to region, and I think that makes it more believable for the observer.
2005 saw the latest release of a Star Wars movie, which was Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. Since then, fans have been waiting patiently for the next installment in the franchise. Now, with the recent purchase of Star Wars from Disney, fans can expect Episode 7: The Force Awakens to be released next Christmas. But is Star Wars in the right hands? What should we expect in the near future? Will the next movie bring Star Wars to new heights, or disappoint fans harder than Jar Jar's existence?
I think it's exciting. I remember when Star Wars Episode 1 came out. So like that was the height of my childhood. And I remember going to the movie and being a little bit disappointed, just like everybody else, because it was kind of a letdown. And then critics thought that it was a mistake, that they're ruining Star Wars, that Jar Jar Binks is terrible, what are they doing? And I kind of understand where that's coming from, but I think it's exciting that there's more, that the story's progressing, that there'll be another generation who's introduced to a unique Star Wars experience. And I know that I'm going to see the new movies when they come out.
What are you doing? You're supposed to be out plowing the field.
It's hot. We'll do it tomorrow.
Come on, man. It's your job.
Not really feeling it. Hey, could you move a little? You're totally blocking my view.
Uncle Owen, this droid has a bad motivator.